Hi, y'all. This is Paul, and I thought about making this video about culture. I wanted to change up the format of what I've usually been talking about in past videos. The reason why this was an important thing for me to want to talk about is because I'm all about learning about different cultures. I grew up in multicultural background where I met people from different races, different backgrounds from me, and I think it's really neat to learn the different cultures as far as the sports people like to play and the foods people like to eat. Multicultural food was big growing up for me. I've ate Hispanic food. I loved it. I've ate Native American food and I loved it. Chinese food was good. Jamaican food is really good too. My all-time favorite food, though, I would have to say is Southern food. By me having family from both Florida and Georgia, I really enjoy Southern food. And my favorite, all-time favorite food is macaroni and cheese. Well, the thing about cultures that I really like learning is learning about how people from different races do things. I mean, for my race, I'm used to how things are done, but learning stuff how people do from different races is really neat. It's neat because it's a different way of knowing different things and how people do things differently. Like for me, I grew up eating, like I said, Jamaican food, curry goat, rice and peas, curry chicken, but also grew up eating southern food like macaroni and cheese, collard greens, cornbread, and all of that good stuff. The reason why it's so important to meet people of different races and different cultures is the main thing is you learn from each other. You have a little conversation, and then you be surprised at how, by people being from different backgrounds, how they feel so much comfortable sharing things with that person or different people of different race and background. I grew up in a church that was predominantly uh, non-black. It had mainly white people, but there were some blacks that I met in the church, some Hispanics, some Italians and stuff. And if it wasn't for me learning the different cultures or eating the different foods, I would kind of be thinking only of the foods in my race that I was used to eating. And that's the thing, we have to have that attitude to just change up. I know everybody is different when it comes to culture. I know everybody haven't experienced different cultures or even experienced traveling out of the country. Like I've yet to travel out of the country. There's some places like I desire to go to. Like one of the places I want to go to is Italy. Another place I would like to visit is Paris and Canada because I've never been to those places. But in the same reason, um, when when I'm traveling, I used to be traveling south. Like it's so easy for me to adapt to different cultures because when you grew up around it, and then you notice the different sports and activities people do. Like Hispanics, they like to play soccer. Jamaicans, they like to play cricket. Native Americans, they play cricket. I wrote the different cultures too in my blog on Wix.com, and I think that's really neat learning about the different cultures like Irish culture, Native American culture, Jamaican culture, Hispanic culture, Southern culture. I feel like everybody of all races, you gotta include them in what they like to do, and just knowing people from different races and different backgrounds is really cool. And I learned this by just talking to different people from different races. Is people tend to not only relate to people outside the race, but as far as marriage, it'd be like a lot of interracial marriage is more popular now than it was back like in the 60s. So interracial marriages is happening more and more every year it seemed like. I thought I wanted to just change up the format and kind of talk about something that really I embrace. I like multicultural foods. I just like meeting different people of different races. I feel comfortable chatting with people from different races, and I also don't mind sharing when it comes to people of different races. A lot of times when you're so limited to just with your family and just the people in your race, you kind of feel like um, other races, they, people of other races won't have that understanding, where you were brought. But you just gotta have an open mind, and having an open mind is just going to different functions, whether it be church. Like how I was able to really get a taste of the multicultural food is when they were serving it up at a church one day. I went to this church in Windsor, Connecticut. That's not far from me, Windsor. I'm close to that area of Connecticut. That's all north north of Hartford. And I remember the food I had was macaroni and cheese. Then I remember eating collard greens and rice and peas and beef patties. And I thought that was really interesting, the different foods. And then at the different tables, they had the names to let you know which food was American, which food was Native American, which food was Jamaican, which food was Hispanic. And I think the more churches have stuff like that, the more people won't feel like out of place because it is only for that particular race. Because this separation and stuff, and some people would get feel out of place because they may not be black, or they may not be Hispanic, or they may not be white. But the idea of multicultural is different people blending and coming together and just chatting with each other and get to know each other and just becoming really good friends at the end of the day. And that's what it's all about, like friendship. So when you see people or meet people like you don't know, but you start chatting with them and then y'all get to know each other, I think that's really interesting. That's why people of different races always can learn from each other. And I just encourage the diversity, and I embrace it. And this video was mainly to talk about culture and multicultural foods and multicultural background. Um, Y'all can check me out on Twitter. I'm at Paul Brightly 35 on Twitter. If you want to check me out, be like my tweets, and you can even follow me, or you can even tweet me or message me. For those of you that following me already, you can message me or tweet me, whatever. And I got Wix.com. I'm going to put that website website. After making this video, I'm gonna put that where people could actually click on the link to go to it, because it's too long of a website to say. So it's good chatting with y'all. Again, I'm Paul, and I'm looking forward to chatting with y'all some more soon. God bless y'all.